Have you ever opened your compost bin or lifted a spade full of soil only to wonder, what is actually happening down there? Because here's the thing, the soil under your feet isn't just dirt. It's a living world, packed with tiny helpers, enzymes, and natural processes that decide whether your garden, even if it's resting for the season, will wake up strong in the spring or struggle for years. And most people ignore it completely. You might think compost and manure are basically the same, just two ways to feed the soil. But that's a huge mistake. Choosing the wrong one, or not understanding what they actually do, can quietly rob your ground of vitality. And no matter how much care, watering, or fertilizers you plan for later, if the soil's foundations are weak, you'll always be chasing mediocre results. Let's start with compost. Think of it as a bustling city under the surface. When you pile up vegetable scraps, garden clippings, coffee grounds, and even shredded leaves, life begins to happen. Tiny thermophilic bacteria heat the pile, working like a natural sauna, breaking down everything that could slow your soil down, including stubborn weed seeds. Over a few months, this heap transforms into a warm, crumbly, slightly earthy-smelling mix. It's alive, not just with nutrients, but with microbes, enzymes, and even fungal allies that keep working once you add it to the soil. The soil absorbs them, and when spring comes, it's not just dirt anymore. It's a medium that breathes, feeds, and interacts with every root that reaches into it. Now manure, or what gardeners often call well-rotted manure, is very different. Imagine a vintage wine. Years of aging turn it into a smooth, concentrated, uniform substance. All the bacteria that did the heavy lifting have finished their work and settled down. What remains is rich in humus and humic acids, the long-lasting foundation of fertile soil. Sprinkle it once, and it continues to release nutrients steadily for seasons to come. It's stable, dense, and quiet, but incredibly potent. It doesn't bubble with life like compost, but it builds strength. So how do they compare? Compost acts like a stimulant. It revives tired soil, encourages microbial activity, loosens dense clay, and helps sandy patches hold together. Manure is the deep feeder, a long-term fuel that locks in fertility, builds structure, and creates a strong base for future growth. One wakes the soil up, the other strengthens it from within. Using either alone isn't wrong, but using them thoughtfully together is how the magic happens. Here's a practical example. Suppose your soil has been sitting under winter cover, heavy and tired from last year. Compost added to small pockets or preparation beds now wakes up microbial life. It's like stirring a sleeping giant. The soil becomes ready to feed roots the moment temperatures rise. Manure applied under permanent planting beds later ensures that the base fertility is solid, humus-rich, and long-lasting. You get both vitality and endurance. And there are details that make all the difference. Compost loves variety. Toss in coffee grounds, shredded leaves, fruit peelings, anything organic, and it adapts. Watch for overly wet clumps though. Compost needs air just as much as it needs food. Turning it occasionally keeps it alive and efficient. Manure, on the other hand, is picky about timing. Fresh manure can burn plants because it's too hot chemically. Only well-rotted material is safe to add directly to soil or mix in during preparation. The difference isn't dramatic in appearance, but it's huge in effect. People also underestimate the way structure changes. Compost fluffs up dense clay like a pillow, improves drainage, and makes heavy soil easier to work with. It also encourages root penetration because it's light and loose. Manure acts more like glue for sandy soil. It forms micro-aggregates that trap water and nutrients, keeping them accessible over months or even years. Mix and match them, and you create a soil that's both lively and strong, ready for anything the coming seasons throw at it. Another point to understand is timing and intention. Compost is a fast-acting helper. It's perfect when you want to revive soil that looks exhausted, accelerate decomposition, or introduce active life into barren spots. Manure is slow but steadfast. Its nutrients and humus last long into the future. Both have their place, And knowing when to use which is what separates thoughtful gardeners from people who just throw stuff on the ground and hope for results. And here's a little secret that few discuss. The combination is greater than the sum of its parts. Add compost in winter preparation or early spring, and it awakens the soil. Sprinkle manure later, or in permanent beds, and it cements fertility for years. The soil works actively with the compost and passively with the manure. Roots, microbes, and enzymes communicate in a quiet rhythm that makes everything planted later flourish effortlessly. That's the real power, hidden in plain sight. Now let's talk about misconceptions. Some think compost is always superior because it's alive. Others swear by manure because it's natural. The truth is, both are tools with different strengths. Compost is dynamic, changing with every batch, every addition. Manure is predictable, delivering long-term benefits. Use them blindly, and you waste effort. Use them intentionally, and even a dormant plot is quietly transformed. And yes, there's nuance in the materials themselves. Leaves, straw, and wood chips all break down differently in compost. Coffee grounds speed things up. Old hay can slow decomposition if wet. With manure, cow, horse, or sheep each have slightly different nutrient profiles. Layering materials thoughtfully matters. Your soil is like a ledger. What you add now writes the balance for years ahead. Ignore it, and the soil stays neutral, even lethargic. So, how do you make this practical? Think in small, manageable steps. For compost, keep a pile or bin with mixed organic material. Turn occasionally to keep air flowing. Avoid toxic plants or meat scraps that disrupt balance. Over a few months, it becomes a ready-to-use living feed for your soil. For manure, only use fully rotted material. Mix it into soil gently or add as a top layer during preparation. This builds humus, improves water retention, and provides long-term nutrients. And here's where the magic happens when you combine them. Imagine a soil bed where compost has just been stirred in. Microbes buzzing, fungi extending threads, enzymes breaking down every tiny particle. Then you add manure later, creating a reserve of nutrients and structure. The soil now has both immediacy and endurance, ready to perform when the season comes, even if nothing is growing yet. Even in a dormant season, when the garden looks quiet, your soil can be active in this way. While frost or cold temperatures pause visible growth, the underground world keeps working. Compost microbes and manure humus interact with the dormant soil, preparing it for the first stirrings of spring. By the time roots can reach and seedlings can sprout, the groundwork is already done. And don't forget small but impactful details. Shredded leaves accelerate compost life. A little coffee ground speeds microbial activity. Rotting hay or straw adds bulk and airflow. Manure, carefully aged, builds the backbone of the soil. Every detail counts, because soil is a living system that remembers and responds. Add thoughtfully, and it rewards generously. Ignore it, and you risk starting every year behind the curve. This isn't about magic or exotic fertilizers. It's about understanding how nature works quietly under your feet. Compost wakes the soil, manure strengthens it. Use them both at the right moments, and your ground becomes more than dirt. It becomes the engine of a thriving garden, ready to support whatever comes next. And even in the dead of winter, when nothing seems to be happening above ground, the soil can be alive, energetic, and ready. You don't need fancy tools, expensive products, or hours of labor. You need awareness, timing, and understanding of your soil's needs. That's the difference between a tired patch of earth and a soil that will carry everything you plant in it to success. By now, you might be wondering how to actually put compost and manure to work, even when nothing is visibly growing above ground. This is where planning and understanding the soil makes all the difference. Winter might look quiet, but underground, you can be setting the stage for incredible fertility. Let's start with storage and preparation. Compost and manure need a little care, even when you're not actively planting. Keep your compost pile loose, well aerated, and covered if possible. Moisture is essential, but too much water can suffocate the microbes. For manure, a sheltered spot prevents rain or snow from washing away nutrients. Even during cold months, biological processes continue, humus develops, and the material becomes ready to energize soil when it's needed. Next is the question of placement. When the soil is dormant, you can still enrich it strategically. Apply compost to areas that have been overused or compacted. It wakes up the microbial community, adding life and structure. Manure goes deeper, under permanent beds or spots that will support heavy crops later. This way, you're feeding both the surface and the foundation of the soil. The effect is subtle at first, but when spring arrives, the soil is lively, balanced, and prepared. Mixing ratios matter. Too much compost can make soil overly active, leading to nutrient imbalances. Too much manure can make the surface heavy and slow to warm up. A practical approach is to layer them thoughtfully. Start with a few inches of compost near the top to jumpstart microbial life. Beneath that, integrate manure to create a long-lasting nutrient reserve. It's like building a layered cake where each level has a specific purpose, and the result is soil that works hard for every plant that will grow later. Layering materials within compost itself is just as important. Alternate green materials such as vegetable scraps, coffee grounds, and grass clippings with brown materials like dry leaves, straw, or shredded paper. This balance keeps the pile aerated, prevents compacting, and ensures even decomposition. Over time, your compost becomes a uniform, living feed ready to activate any soil it touches. Manure requires patience. Even after it is fully rotted, turning it occasionally helps prevent compaction and distributes nutrients evenly. This quiet maintenance ensures that when it is finally mixed into soil, it delivers its long-term benefits without shocking or burning roots. Let's address some practical winter strategies. You can spread compost thinly over preparation beds to keep microbial life moving. Aged manure can be tucked under permanent beds. Both steps may not produce visible growth right now, but they quietly build structure, nutrients, and microbial activity. By the time you plant, your soil is already alive and ready to support strong roots and abundant growth. Small additions can make a big difference. Coffee grounds and compost speed decomposition and provide a mild boost of acidity. Shredded leaves and straw improve airflow and moisture balance. These details seem minor, but they contribute to a thriving, well-structured soil that performs effortlessly when the season changes. Understanding the types of manure helps too. Horse, cow, and sheep manure each have unique nutrient profiles. Horse manure is excellent for improving sandy soil water retention. Cow manure builds humus and fertility in beds that have been heavily cropped. Sheep manure is nutrient-rich, but lighter. Choosing the right type for the right spot ensures every area of your garden benefits optimally. Combining compost and manure is most effective when done with timing and intention. Add compost near the surface to wake the soil. Place manure below to serve as a nutrient reservoir. This creates a soil profile where fast-acting life interacts with long-lasting humus, giving both immediate vitality and enduring strength. Over time, this method builds self-sustaining soil that needs less intervention and supports more productive plants. Avoid common mistakes. Do not place wet compost directly on frozen soil. It can compact and suffocate microbes. Do not use fresh manure near roots. It can burn them and stunt growth later. Monitor moisture and aeration for both compost and manure. A suffocated pile does no good, and your soil will feel the difference. Even during dormancy, these steps are productive. While nothing grows above ground, below, soil life develops, humus forms, and microbial communities strengthen. This is the hidden power of thoughtful soil management. When spring finally arrives, everything planted will have a head start, nourished by months of quiet preparation. Think of it like investing in soil. Compost is the active fund that produces quick results, stimulating life and structure. Manure is the long-term deposit, slowly releasing nutrients and building humus. Together, they create a balanced system with both immediate and lasting benefits. Finally, remember that none of this requires expensive fertilizers, machinery, or constant labor. What matters is knowledge, timing, and attention. By managing compost and manure effectively, even while the ground is dormant, you are creating a foundation for success that will last for years. Your soil becomes more than dirt. It becomes a living, breathing system capable of supporting every plant you put in it. If you found this video helpful, subscribe, hit like, and share it with other gardeners who want to unlock the hidden potential of their soil. Every tip you apply now, even while nothing grows above ground, will make a difference when the season turns. Take action today, and your soil will thank you tomorrow.